So I know that quality of life is important for me to have good health, for me to have the things that I want as well as the things that I need is important to me. For me to live drug free is important. Uh, for me to be uh, self supporting, however, I do accept outside contributions, but for me to be self supporting, uh, it's important to me because I am now in control of the things that I want in my life. I'm talking about this because I think about, you know, so many other people. I think about my parents, for example. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my parents. I love my mom and my dad, despite their flaws, right? But because of the way that they lived, I adopted the attitude of, I don't want to live that way. It took me a long time to get there, but I've always had in my head that I want to live differently. However, there are a lot of children who grew up the way that I did and just adopt the way that their parents lived and just continue to live that way as the example of what living is. Be it crime, be it drugs, alcohol, they feel like my parents didn't do it, why I got to do it. I'm going to live the same way that they lived. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Because, first of all, the quality of your life, if we're living the way that our parents live, if they live the way that I described, with drinking and drugs and no job and living off welfare, not using it as a stepping stone, but live off of it, like month to month, depending on it, and not having any of the perks of independent living. We just live on that. So a lot of people adopt that lifestyle, and then we have children. And what do we think our children going to do? They're going to live, not that they have to, because I didn't, but sometimes our children adopt that way of living for their own. They say my mama did it, my father did it, so it must be all right. So let me live that way. Even though it's at the bottom, let me still live that way. So I know that this is a different time. When I grew up, I watched my parents, and despite the way they were living, I still had a level of respect for them. I wouldn't talk out of turn to my mama. I'm not going to do it because that's my mother. And I'm not going to do it to my dad either. But these days are different. These days are different. And I'd like to blame the children, but they're children. Their growth and development, their mind hasn't fully developed yet. So they living by the seat of their pants. They're influenced by other children. Or they're gaining their own perception of who they think you are. And a lot of times, based on their analysis of other families or based on their opinion about other families or their perception of other families, they don't really have that kind of respect for you. So they talk to you any kind of way based on the quality of your life. Because you drunk all the time. And you talking out of your head. Because you on dope and you nodded all over and you can't even function because you all messed. Or either you tweaking because you on crack. And you all over the place. They don't respect that. You ain't getting up in the morning going to work nowhere. You waiting on the welfare man, the people to drop the check off. Come on, man. Come on. When does the quality of your life mean something? When are you ready to increase the quality of your life? Now, I understand the disease of addiction. I know it firsthand. And I know that the disease of addiction will cause you to think that this is all you're going to get. This is your life and this is what it is and that's it, that's all. But I know there's an alternative to that. I know there's an alternative to that, and the alternative is not using drugs. Now, granted, we need some help. Some people want to live a harm reduction kind of help. They want to get the harm reduction, meaning they want to get some drugs that hold them down so they don't have to do the things or live the way that other drugs will have them live. And they can manage and maintain a better quality of life. Some people prefer just not to use drugs at all. They get self-help programs, and sometimes people use religion or whatever they use, but they don't do drugs. And when they don't, it increases the quality of life, and they regain the respect of their family members. They go get a job, or they create their own business, and they stack their chips, and they take care of themselves, and they take showers, and they have clean clothes, and all of these things. They get a car, they go to another state, they see the world, they do different things. It increases the quality of your life. Some of them even go back to school, get education, to get better jobs, to be a better example to their families. There has to be a point where you desire a better quality of life. The inspiration could be the respect of your children. That can be inspirational enough. Or self-respect can be a motivating factor. But you got to do better than what we're doing. We can't resort to fuck it. We just can't say fuck it, let me live my life this way because my parents did it and I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because surely I would hope that we know better. We know that there's a different life. And we're just so comfortable living in this nothingness that I don't even want to try because fuck it. Got to do something different. Got to do something different, even if it's to inspire the people that are looking at us, our family members, our children that are looking at us. If we don't, man, we're going to die. We're going to die with nothing, haven't accomplished anything. And we're going to die alone in the darkness, in degradation. Stay grinding. Stay focused.